hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot. For this pick a card reading, I'm calling this one Relationship SOS, help and advice for any relationship that is maybe not going 100% according to your plan or what you would like to be experiencing in this relationship. It does not necessarily have to be a love relationship. This could be the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with your children, relationship you have with a specific friend. Use this relationship reading however you see fit. If you are new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to center your energy, and focus in on pile number 1 with the butterfly, pile number 2 with the bumblebee jasper, and pile number 3 with the 24 karat Montana gold. If more than one pile calls out to you, you might want to assign a pile for different relationships in your life, or just get the guidance pieced together from different readings if that's how you choose to do this reading. But once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps. I will also pin them as a top comment, but please remember, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you, your life, your relationship here, and just go ahead and leave the rest behind. Without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on your cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Hello, group number 1. You selected the butterfly, and very interesting fun fact about this butterfly, it was actually on my wedding cake. It's just a little brooch or pin that I bought on eBay years and years and years ago, but I loved it and I thought it would look good on my wedding cake, so it's one of 3 that were on my wedding cake. So this question you have might be about someone you want to make a husband or a wife in your life, or someone you're already married to, a love interest of some sort, but that doesn't necessarily have to be your case for this message to still resonate. But this might be a relationship where you're trying to find the courage to speak your truth, or to illuminate something or enlighten this person that you're in this relationship with to a higher truth, or to share more of your vulnerable side, or just this deep truth that you have within yourself. But this is finding the courage, maybe even with a sibling, because the 3rd house does represent siblings and also courage, and we have the number 3 here, so that's what that reminded me of. Again, none of these scenarios have to be your exact scenario for this message to still be your message today. So just take the generalness of what we're saying and apply it to your situation if that's not the case for you. All right, so what does group number 1 need to know? And if I hadn't said it already, I'm just so excited to get into this because there's so many people that I see just on social media and stuff that are having outs with people in their life. They're cutting people out. They're mad. There's a lot of misinformation and misunderstandings going on in relationships right now. And I just wanted to be that hopefully calm within the storm of what's going on to help people. So yes, we are getting some advice or wisdom or guidance from your inner self as to how to show up better in this relationship, or advice for you and this other person. If this is a relationship you're having with yourself, that can also apply as well. But let's get some tarot in the mix. Words of wisdom and advice for group 1 in this situation and relationship that they are currently asking about. So we have here the Star card. Wow, look at this. And I don't know if we can quite see it because these cards are a little bit small, but look at this. Her kind of mermaid tail is just fish bones. So it's like she's been hollowed out. So especially those of you who've really been through the ringer in this relationship with someone and you're just wondering, where do we even go from here? This is giving you this courage. You're kind of at rock bottom, some of you. Not all of you, but some of you have been in rock bottom because right before the Star in the tarot comes the Tower. So you might have had a big Tower moment with this person you are asking about. And if that's not the case, life has its ups and its downs. So you might have been having some more down moments with this person rather than up moments. But this is letting you know there are some good moments to come. For some of you, again, I'm really seeing maybe about 3 to 5 of you watching might be cutting someone out of your life and just having your final, speaking your truth, having your final conversation with this person and then moving on. Others of you are going to be able to close out an old cycle with this person and start afresh because of the words you're being able to speak, and you're both ready to step it up and experience this relationship in a whole new way. So however you resonate, please don't accept something as your truth if it's not, Only take the information that resonates for you. But with the star coming out, no matter what happens in this scenario with your person you're asking about, you are coming out on top. You are shining your own light and having the courage to move forward in life in a way that suits your highest good. We also have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes. And yeah, she's not afraid, the Queen of Pentacles, not afraid to ask for what she wants in life. And I've been getting this card a lot over on my live stream channel, Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Check it out. I do free readings over there and also personal donation readings over there as well if you want to check it out. But this card has been coming up a lot over there. And this is just about us really finding our safe space in this more material or physical existence that we are currently in. And for some of you, this is attracting someone new. But for others of you, if you are especially asking about someone who quite possibly is an earth sign or embodies this really Queen of Pentacles down to earth energy, this is letting you know that you are having some wish fulfillment with this person for sure. Even if they are a man or masculine energy, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's more entrepreneurial. They aren't afraid to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty, planting seeds, tending to the garden, mother energy as well coming through. So some of you might be asking about your mother. But this is letting you know you're finding deeper or more true stability in this relationship with this person. Or as a result of walking away from this person, you are finding your own footing in this world. All right, what else? Let's get one more of these healing cards. Possible ways you're healing yourself through this relationship or lessons you're learning through this relationship. Ooh, we have here unleash your creativity. So whatever is going on or whatever has transpired in this relationship, it has helped you or will eventually help you tune into your creative side. Maybe some of you are turning what has gone on in this relationship into a novel or a blog post or ways you can give advice to other people going through a very similar situation as you have with this person. But we have the number 31, which is very interesting because we have the 30 here to the 31. So as you stand up and have this courage to speak your truth, you will then be able to unlock or unleash your creativity on the world. And I love this so much because the 31, that adds up to a 4, which is about creating stability. And we're moving from the 3rd house to the 4th house. The 3rd house is having the courage and speaking your truth and writing and being creative as well. But moving it into the 4th house is finding that stability and security within all of these avenues. And especially because this is a relationship reading, some of you might be moving in with somebody that you are asking about here, or if you already live with this person, you're finding more creative ways to show up, hang out together, design your space together, whatever that looks like specifically for you. All right, let's get a couple of these little cards as well. Any words of wisdom or advice for group 1 in this relationship they are currently asking about? And we have passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally and having fun. So there's more passion coming back into this relationship. Of course, those of the mothers and fathers out there asking about your, relationship with your child, this passion is going to be very different than those of you asking about a significant other. This passion is just finding a common passion between the two of you and really bonding over this. And as we bond with the people we love, we will have that oxytocin boost, that, bonding and love chemical in the brain that really helps us feel bonded to each other. But this is about bringing more fun into whatever this relationship is. Finding ways to communicate in a fun way, finding ways to bond in a fun way, spend time together in a fun way. That's the name of the game here. That's what you're being asked to do. And as you do these things, you're going to find this spark for this person, again, whether it's platonic or more romantic, is growing. And we have, I like you, someone likes you. And it says here, like each other equally. So if you feel like you're the one pulling this relationship up a hill and the other person isn't doing anything, you're going to see this energy balance out. Or if it's the other way around, you're just wanting to pull more of your own emotional weight in this relationship as well. And romance is blooming. For those of you that are asking about a romantic encounter here, romantic relationship, romance is blooming. And especially with this passion card here, this is really helping get that stability under your relationship to have this passion last a very long time. And this is about fun and flirting and wanting to date. So even those of you who are maybe asking about a relationship that you've known this person a long time, if this is a significant other or a child, taking them out on a one-on-one date or time where you're spending time just you and this person. If this is a friend, having a coffee date or a friend date to go do something fun that you both enjoy together, and just spending time together. That's really what this is, quality time together. All right. So what else does group 1 need to know about this relationship? Any words of wisdom? And this is a friendship card that just came out and messed up the cards here. So someone might be in the friend zone. That might be going on for someone that's kind of messed up your plan with this person because they put you in the friend zone. Again, that's not going to resonate for everybody, but I just thought that was interesting how that happened. But it says friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship. So whatever kind of relationship you're inquiring about, at the base of it is about friendship. Even with a parent-child relationship, especially when you're older, and when you're both adults, you can develop this sense of friendship. It's very difficult, though, when your child is very young or even a teen to be that friend, because they definitely need that parent more than the friend in their life. But you can also cultivate this friendship and fun kind of aspect to your relationship, whatever kind of relationship you're asking about, and your love life will dramatically improve. So unconditional love for those of you not seeking romantic love, but if you're seeking romantic love, focus on the friendship aspects of your love, spending time together, liking each other, because that will help set that stage for the passion to come online for those of you wanting the passion. And we also have here, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So especially of those of you that have been on the outs with this person and just completely focused on the negative aspects of the relationship, this is asking you to drop those shields, to drop those resentments and wounds just for the time being, and focusing on, loving and accepting each other and not grinding down the unhappiness even more. Focusing on the things you do like about them, the things that do light you up when you think of this person, and those things will magically help transform the other more unlikable or harder to love aspects of who this person might be, and even vice versa. You just setting the stage or allowing this other person to bring in the more fun energy and not be so nitpicky or criticizing with who you are as a person or how you're showing up in this relationship as well. And you kind of checking yourself, and before you wreck yourself, with being that kind of, more criticizing or nagging energy with the person you're inquiring about as well. Let's get a couple last minute words of advice and guidance for group 1 in this relationship. So we have here, pleasure. I give myself permission to feel pleasure. Again, back to the fun and the chemistry and the happiness. And I let that pleasure rush into my life in a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. Then I realize that pleasure has been waiting at my door for a long time. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noises aren't super pleasant. I love that. That's so cute. Sorry guys, I just realized that I'm getting that same error I've been getting over and over again on my channel. Slow write speed on my camera, and I wish I could change this, but I don't know how to fix that, so hopefully we didn't miss too much. All right, one final card for group number 1. Advice in this relationship. And we have compassion. And I love that with this one as well, because this is compassionate energy coming in as well. So compassion. I choose compassion over criticism. Yeah, that was the criticism card. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. So choosing compassion over criticism. Of course, you calling out gaslit behavior. I mean, this literally looks like a little gaslight. If someone's gaslighting you, calling it out, but also seeing things from their perspective can help you put yourself in their shoes to see why maybe they are acting this way. But, walking a mile in other people's shoes reminds me that they might be going through a similar tougher thing, or something tougher than I think, if I could read today. Like their shoes are too tight, or the kind of shoes that are too casual to be dressy and too dressy to be casual. Basically, I have no idea what they are dealing with privately, so I'll cut them some slack and be thankful for the shoes I've been dealt. So cute. Such great information, too, because we don't, even if we think we know someone very well, which I think you do feel you know this person quite well, there's just, think of all the things you think but don't say, or the emotions you feel but you don't express them to other people. that you have this very rich and abundant inner life that a lot of people don't know about, and vice versa. You don't know a lot about other people's inner world, their thought process, their emotions, the things they've been through on a deeper level. So just cutting them some slack and allowing them to even share their truth with you will really benefit this relationship. So I hope that resonated, group 1, and please feel free to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share. If this especially resonated, or even if it didn't, let me know below. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations and super thanks. I really, truly do appreciate those of you who've been giving that energy exchange. It really does mean a lot to me, and you hopefully as well. So thanks so much, and I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 2. Let's go ahead and find out any advice or wisdom or guidance for you for this relationship that you are asking about. And reminder, if you did skip the intro, that this relationship doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be your relationship with yourself or anyone else, anyone out there. Could even be a pet for all we know. Use your best judgment and discretion in these readings and only take the information that resonates with you and your specific relationship you are asking about. But you did select here the family and tribe card. So most likely this relationship is a family member or someone you consider part of your tribe, your inner circle. And you might have been having, especially if you're checking out a reading like this, you might have been having some issues in partnership or even communication, expressing yourself, speaking your truth, because this is the card number 20. It reminds me of the second house of, communication. And even the second house does represent the family that we grew up in childhood. So your immediate family in childhood. And any family secrets that might have possibly come out that have kind of shifted the way maybe that you see this family member, if this is a family member, or, a secret that this person might have been keeping and then that they told you about it. But let's get some additional guidance, information, wisdom on how to help group 2 with this relationship. So we'll take this one. Ooh, we have judgment. Yes. Yes. Let's get one more, and then we're really going to get into this for group 2. So yeah, with this judgment card, you're seeing this person in a whole new way or a whole new light. Could even for some of you be a couple people you're wanting to know about, or a group of people, or the people that are supporting, or the support system, or the inner circle of the person you are kind of asking about, I guess, in this reading. But with the judgment here, we do have this skull and some skeleton bones here, and it almost feels like this angel has come out or grown wings, ascended from this earthly plane. So you're meeting this person, or this person's meeting you, or both, in a more spiritual sense. Maybe you're having a lot of dreams about this person or getting a lot of downloads about this person. This, again, if it's a family member, a love interest, whatever this is, you're getting a lot of intuitive hits about this relationship in your dream state. Even those of you that don't remember your dreams, you're still downloading that information. If you do remember your dreams, but this person hasn't been in your dreams, think back to the colors you're seeing, the scenarios, the symbolism that is coming into this dream, because it's giving you much needed advice and guidance on this specific relationship you're asking about. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So this could even be a coworker situation, coming together, working together, a mentor, a mentee situation. So that could be like a parent-child, or if you're the child and you're asking about a parent, again, that we could see this scenario play out. Or if this is about a significant other or a friend or someone else like this, this is someone that there's a learning and a teaching going on in this relationship. Even if it's not in the physical world, there's a spiritual lesson and learning and teaching that's going on as a result of you and this other person coming together. The tiger, specifically the white tiger here, or I don't know if they call them white tigers specifically or albino tigers, but there is this really rare kind of energy I'm picking up from this white tiger. So this person might feel like a rare person that only comes around once in a lifetime. And whether this person is still in communication with you or not, there's just this need to clean up the way that you communicate with each other. And maybe you've learned in the past certain ways you don't want to communicate with this person, or certain things that do work when you try to communicate with this person. But let's get some additional information on how you're healing this relationship. And again, even if this is a relationship about yourself, or even quite possibly someone who has passed away, we kind of get this information that this could be someone that's passed away that you might be inquiring about. But let's see how you're healing this connection. Yeah, self-sabotage. Yeah, and this even could be your relationship with yourself. Those of you that are asking about the relationship you have with yourself and finding ways where you used to talk to yourself really negatively and switching that up, ascending from those old earthly ways of communicating to yourself and really supporting yourself and allowing that inner self, that higher self, formerly known as the higher self, the inner self, to come through and be that teacher or guide for you in this life. And if you have missed some of my more recent readings, you know how I now feel about communicating with spirit guides and, ascended masters and archangels. I no longer do that personally. If you choose to do that, that is totally your prerogative and you can do things however you want. But I am getting this information for this reading from your inner self because no one knows you like you know you on those deeper God-connected aspects of you. Nobody outside of you could know you better than you know yourself. So that is where we're getting your information today. But again, we've got yet another number 2. So 22. So 20 plus 2 equals 22. But we also have, together we can add that up to a 4, creating new and better stability and seeing your self-sabotaging patterns or the way that you possibly sabotage this relationship or the way this person shows up to sabotage this relationship and really examining these things and seeing the patterns through things so that you can cut them off before they really take root, or if they've already taken root, this is about pulling them out by the roots. Maybe doing a cord cutting ritual or meditation. Cord removal is more what I do, removing everything by the roots and then using your inner healing powers to heal where those roots used to take up residence in your body. And then this person could even do this. And if you are close enough to this person and want to talk to them about doing this, you can even do this healing together. It would be very powerful coming together to do this healing, to clear these wounds, toxicities, and traumas between you, to have this clean slate to move forward in such a better way. All right, what else? Other guidance, wisdom, or advice do we have for group 2 in this relationship? And we have here paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, and enjoying each other. So yeah, there is definitely this need, and it might have felt like this barren, land here and almost death energy of the way that this relationship used to be, and now things have really gone off the rails, or they feel like there's barely a pulse here for some of you. It's probably not going to resonate for every single person watching, especially those of you who are really close to this person and you feel like things are pretty good. I would say this message specifically is more for those of you that feel like, specifically if you have a significant other and you feel like you're more roommates than lovers at this point, this could definitely be just bringing more happiness and joy back into the relationship and connecting and enjoying each other rather than just tolerating each other. Possibly going on a vacation with this person could really bring you closer together as well. All right, what else? Words of wisdom or advice for group 2 in this specific relationship they're inquiring about. And we have camera, reminisce, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, and make memories. Yes, you really are learning from the past, especially the ways that you showed up for yourself or this person or vice versa in the past that weren't serving you. Bad memories, but there's also a lot of good memories associated with this person. So I don't want you to feel like it was all for nothing, especially those of you who this person really is no longer in your life. This is about keeping the good memories and kind of letting go of the bad memories. But if even the good memories are too painful, you can do what you need to do to just not dwell in that energy anymore and be missing this person or feeling like you're missing out in some way. Let's get some additional guidance for group 2 on this specific relationship they're asking about. Wisdom, guidance, information. Oh, that came out in group 1. Wow. So those of you wondering if this relationship will work out in the end, it says here only time will tell. So, and I'm getting major chills down the left side of my body, which is the feminine side of the body. So being in a more receptive state rather than an action or coming at this person's state is going to be your best bet, especially those of you who are not in current communication with this person. Just allowing them to have some time and allowing them to be the first one to reach out might be your best bet. But as far as this working out, ultimately, only time will tell if this will work out. Those of you that feel really good about this relationship, only time will tell how the dynamic shifts, the dynamic morphs and changes, and you leave that past energy and step into this future energy. But then we have this beautiful card here as well. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So especially if this is a newer relationship to you, and you're kind of starting to see through the cracks of the mask that we all wear when we first meet somebody. You know, we only want to put our best foot forward. And, once you're in a relationship for, a little bit, that mask starts to slip and the real you comes forward. And, it could be your little bad habits or tics or, just the subtle things that we don't really like to display as our, like, best face forward, right? And especially when these start to come online in a relationship, especially like a significant other or even a friend relationship, it could be kind of like, wow, this person isn't who I thought they were. And it's not that they lied to you about who they were or you lied to them about who you were. It's just, when we first get to know someone, we want to only highlight those good things, right? But yeah, even those of you who have been in this relationship for a very long time and just focused on all the bad crap that has gone on in this relationship and not remembering the good times can really sabotage this relationship and how you feel about yourself as well. So this is not asking you to spiritually bypass all of the bad stuff, not at all. This again is asking you to reach in and find the ways that you are both or either or sabotaging this relationship in any way possible and examining those things, cutting them out or healing them at the root cause so that you can focus more on loving and accepting each other as who you are rather than this idealized versions of who you thought each other were. Okay, let's go ahead and get a couple more messages of advice and guidance. Words of wisdom and advice for group 2 on this specific relationship they are asking about. Oops. Well, you got 3 cards where everyone else, well, so far, just group 1, got 2. But just like when I was dealing, well, these cards, I think it kind of messed up the cards, and it was boundless love that messed up the cards. But let's start here with independence. I embrace total independence, and I see how empowering that is. Even when I'm in a relationship, I can still be independent by meeting my own needs. And that might be where the self-sabotage is coming in for some of you, is expecting this other person in the relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, to take care of certain needs or create happiness for you. It is each and every one of our own individual responsibilities to create the happiness in our lives. And then the other people in our lives are kind of the icing on top or the cherry on top of, us already feeling our own love. But, we have it so backwards as society. We think other people have to bring that love to us or fulfill all these needs for us. But when you're meeting your own needs and creating your own happiness, that's when you can really shine in every area of life and every relationship. But let's get back to this. I can still be independent by meeting my own needs and creating my own happiness. When I do that, I'm the fullest version of myself, and I have much more me to give without needing pieces of me in return. I love this, yes, because we don't need other people to fill or fulfill these wishes for us because we're doing it for ourselves already. We also have boundless love. Today, I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller. Noticing the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again with everything from honeybees to neon signs, and while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sort of falls into place. Yeah, and that's not putting so much pressure on other people to show up as this specific version we've curated of them to be, or the specific version we've curated ourselves to be. That's another thing we can do in relationships of every kind is only show certain people certain parts of ourselves because of fear of them being more, criticizing of those aspects of us. But we also have here cleansing, feeling bogged down by the weight of 1,000 thoughts, feelings, boxes of mystery objects lurking in your closets. Consider this a prescription to clean house, mentally, physically, literally, figuratively, and anything else that applies adverbally. It's hard to make room for new connections and experiences when every bit of your emotional space is cluttered with psychic bric-a-brac. So enjoy a major guilt-free flush out, and not to worry, you can always find new psychic bric-a-brac in the metaphorical clutter section of Craigslist. So cute, so cute. But yes, you're clearing out these limiting beliefs or toxic loops or thoughts or emotions that have to do with this other person, and even more about yourself. So especially if this person is no longer in your life and you've done all the, energetic cleansing, cutting cords, pulling cords, removing cords, maybe even getting rid of some things that they have gifted you could really help clear the energy. But for those of you that want to keep this person in your life, you can still declutter the baggage that has added up in this relationship and still keep the relationship fully intact. That's the beauty of it all. We don't have to keep every little bad, good, sad, happy, everything in between thing that has happened. We can let it flow, let it go. So that is your message, group number 2. I hope it resonated, but even if it didn't, please feel free to let me know below any thoughts you have, any stories you want to share about your relationship with this person and how this fit into your dynamic with them. I would love to know below. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations and super thanks. It really does mean the world to me for those of you that have been sending that donation as that little bit of energy exchange for what I've given you today. So thank you so much for that. And as always, I hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys, bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading about this relationship help, relationship SOS, whatever it is I'm actually going to call this. But you actually were the brave ones, if I'm not mistaken here. You selected the victim consciousness card, which, you know, is a pretty brave thing to do. But I love that every time I deal the cards, I always have these little trinkets or bobs or crystals or whatever it is I select, you know, as each pile. And then I will deal, you know, like here's the lineup for today's readings. And then I will deal the cards like this, upside down at first, and then I'll flip them over, because to me it's exciting. Then I'll flip them over and I'm like, wow, that's so fitting. And I love this together, this combination, because this is letting you know, letting everyone know you are worth so much more than you've given yourself credit for in this relationship and beyond. So really what this gold is representing for me, for you, is gaining confidence and not feeling like a victim in your own life and finding a creative solution, not only for whatever's going to transpire in this relationship that we're going to get into, but how you show up for yourself. Finding creative ways to connect to your inner child and your shadow. She's almost wearing like black smoky clothes here. I don't know if you can quite see, so let's zoom in up here. Like black smoky clothing. And with that number 12, I was really getting into the creativity side of this, is finding those creative solutions to connect with your shadow self, to integrate it into your more lighter aspect. Especially in this relationship you're asking about, because you might feel like victimized in some way by the person you're inquiring about. And I didn't do this for any other pile, but I do just feel the need to shuffle this tarot deck a few times before we get your further guidance. Oops. And it's being a little wonky there. So sometimes the way it shuffles tells me how things might be going in the relationship. So you might be feeling victimized, or like you have to prove your point or make excuses for someone or something that's been going on specifically regarding this person in this relationship, or making excuses to this person. Feeling like a victim though, whether you actually are a victim or just kind of feeling like one, even if you are a legit victim of this person, you don't have to wear that title and that label for the rest of your life. This is about overcoming and healing, which we're going to get another healing card about, specifically how to heal from any victim consciousness you have in this relationship, and also the relationship you have with yourself, because the relationship you have with yourself, as I always say on all my channels, is one half of every other relationship you are in. But let's get some additional guidance for group 3, specifically on the relationship they are inquiring about today. And even if it's a whole group of people, like you feel victimized by a whole, or marginalized even, by a whole group of people. Could be your hometown, could be your school, could be, you know, I don't know, moms at the school your kids go to, could be whatever. But with the Queen of Swords here, you know, she's definitely the opposite of a victim. Unless she's kind of in her more reverse state, she does feel that victimhood and almost like martyr energy. So there might be some martyrdom going on in this relationship either. And if this isn't your energy really, that you're feeling that you're the victim, maybe the person you're inquiring about is always, you know, talking or making excuses for why they can't show up in a better way. They're making themselves a victim. So, you know, relationships are mirrors of each other. So if you don't feel this is your specific energy, this could be the energy of the person you're asking about. But with this Queen of Swords showing us, you know, her better side upright, that all being said though, when the Queen of Swords is upright, she can have kind of a cutting tongue. Maybe she just tells it like it is and doesn't have any kind of filter at times. And that might be that the person you're asking about, they just have this sharp tongue that just bites, and they know the exact buttons to push or the exact things to say to hurt you. Even if they're not purposely really trying to dig in and hurt you, and maybe even if they later apologize or just feel bad about hurting you for the things they say or the things they do that they know get under your skin, I see you able to heal this. If this person is still in your life, if this person is no longer a part of your life, I would say you're letting bygones be bygones. You're doing any cord removal, cord healing to get past this connection and just move forward. Just let it flow like water and just move forward, because I think for some of you that have selected this pile, the person you're asking about, you know they're not good for you. You know that trying to improve this relationship really is just like a hamster on a wheel. You're not really getting anywhere, but you're putting forth so much effort. And this is letting you know, this guidance is coming directly from your inner self. I always set the intention before the readings to connect to your inner self. We don't get to any spirit guides or ascended masters or archangels or anything like that. If you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about or why I don't do that, you can check out some of my more recent pick a cards, especially one called, I think I called it like Spiritual Truth or something like that. It's one of my more recent pick a cards, but you can look into that. I might even find that and link it in the description below if you're confused as to why I only channel energy or information from your inner self rather than all these external forces. Because who knows you better than you know yourself? And by the inner self, that's that part of you that is directly connected out of this matrix and out of any other system or label or box, directly connected to the one source consciousness, creator, God, spark, whatever you want to call that energy, that is the infinite. That's why we connect to your inner self. So let's see what else. We have the Ace of Swords. Yes, so many of you. If you haven't gotten that clarity yet, it's coming in hot. The Ace of Swords always is my truth card. It's my clarity card. It's my yes card. You already intuitively know what to do in the situation that is going on in this relationship, and you're going to be able to take the bull by the horn, so to speak. And because I said that, some of you might actually be dealing with a Taurus, sun, moon, rising, or other prominent placements in this person that you're asking about's chart, or maybe you yourself are a Taurus, sun, moon, rising, or other placements, but you're getting to the truth of a situation. So if you feel that this person has not been forthcoming, or they've lied to you, or they haven't given you the full truth, the truth will soon be revealed, and the truth will soon set you free, if I could say that. It's quite a mouthful. All right, let's get some additional guidance on how you're healing this relationship. And again, I just see you really working and focusing on healing you, healing yourself, speaking your truth, almost getting selfish, so to speak, about your energy and how you show up and when you show up for this person, but not in a selfish way. It's more of a selfless way because you are loving yourself and taking utmost care of yourself first, and then you can give to this person from your overflow. So there's no resentment, baggage, wounds, or martyrdom attached, or codependency attached to the energy and love and effort you're putting into the relationship with this other person, because you're loving yourself first. I feel that a grand majority of you that did select this pile were just as interested in knowing about your relationship with yourself as your relationship with someone else. So that might be why a lot of this kind of more introspective self energy is coming through. But let's get some guidance on how you are healing this relationship with this person you're inquiring about, whether it's you or someone else. Ooh, we have sexuality. So this might be a person you are sexually connected to. And of course, most people on the planet, not all, but most people have a sexual relationship with themselves. So if you think about it that way, just how you might be healing sexuality from a very young age, or even past life stuff that happened to you, and just really healing that sexual energy, that sacral energy. I'll say sacral energies just so we don't get the trigger going with the algorithm by me using the sex word over and over again. In society, it can be such a taboo topic, a taboo subject to bring up. But, especially if this is a relationship that you have with someone that, this more sacral energy is on and popping with this person. And the sexual energy could even be with a child you created. So, of course, if this relationship you're inquiring about is your own child, or a child that you are the child that was created, and a parent you're inquiring about, it could go that way as well. So only take the information that resonates. There's a lot of people that watch these. Well, not a lot, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of inner selves we're connecting to get the guidance today. So if it's not your exact scenario, that doesn't mean that this isn't your message. It definitely is, but only take the parts of the message that are for you, and your intuition will tell you. But some of you might have had some sort of abuse in the sacral area and root area, and I'm not going to keep spelling it out and saying the words. You can kind of put 2 and 2 together just so I don't hurt the algorithm here, but you're finding stability and healing in the sacral area and even the root area for a lot of you, and healing your connection to this person, whether this is a root chakra connection of them being in your family, or a sacral chakra, them being a sexual partner for you, or if this is just you yourself, healing your own root and sacral chakra in whatever way feels resonant for you to do so, could really benefit you in this relationship for the long run. All right. So what else? And going back to the parent-child relationship, whether you're the parent or the child, if that's the relationship you're inquiring about, there might be a birth trauma, either to the mother or the child in the scenario, that you are healing, and that has maybe made this relationship difficult, quite possibly, or one or the other of you feeling like a victim in this relationship. Again, that might just be for 1 or 2 people. That's a very specific message right there. Birth trauma. All right, what else? Words of advice and wisdom. Oh, well, you got 3 of these cards. But the person you're inquiring about, they are a soulmate. So if this is you, you're obviously your own soulmate, because how could you not be? But this person, if it's someone outside of you, it definitely is a soulmate. There's a soul connection. There's a partnership. There's agreements. There's soul contracts. And, if you've watched any of my recent pick of cards, I've really tuned into the information and energy that the soul is more of a matrix construct. It's not who we are on a spirit level. Our spirit is that direct guide or link to source creator. Our soul is more of a persona, or an energetic way we move from lifetime to lifetime and remember things and create karma and soul contracts. So this might feel like a very karmic relationship that some of you are dealing with in the person you're inquiring about. We also have here date. So meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there and plan/set a date. So you might be making plans to go on a date with this person. Again, even if they're your child, you can go to the movies together, you can go shopping together, or go on a nature walk together. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could definitely be platonic. But maybe meeting up to have a conversation with this person is what most of you would take away from this reading here as guidance and wisdom, and get back out there. For some of you, if this is a new person in your life, a crush, this might have really been that victim consciousness, not feeling worthy of the love. Remember that self-worth, that sacral, and even up to solar plexus energy of this gold here, feeling worthy of great love in your life, and getting back out there, and maybe you have a crush on someone. But we also have photography, or photograph, I should say, but maybe some of you are taking photos of this person, or even of yourself, to do some healing in your life. But looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, and making new memories. So those of you that this person is no longer in your life, maybe you do have photos of them, and you look at these photos and it brings up a lot of stuff. Some of you, keeping these photos is healthy, but for others of you, I don't think it's healthy to keep the photos and to keep looking at them and yearning for what could have been, and it could almost be just as damaging and keeping that victim consciousness going as it happening every day over and over again. But for others of you, it is good to have a photograph of this person if they are no longer with us, or they're no longer in your life, and you get happy memories by looking at the photographs, then it would probably be more beneficial. But for those of you that this is someone who's still in your life and you just love looking at past photographs, that could be things. But this person might be missing you, or you might be missing this person. So this just might, again, be that reminder to make a date to talk to this person, to sit down, have a conversation if you can, go on a date with them if you can, because there is a lot of love here. All right. What else does group 3 need to know about this relationship? That's too many. So we're going to keep going. But I thought I saw the soulmate card in that, so that would be a double confirmation of soulmates here. This one wants to come out. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. And for some of you, especially though, I'm hearing and seeing at the same time, especially if this is a new relationship or someone you just met, you don't have to rush things and make them, rush into a relationship or get to know them so well that you know everything about them in one day. But for those of you that have been on this person's radar or they've been on your radar for quite some time, you don't have to rush into making all these changes. This to me feels like a gradual shift rather than this big overnight flip you're doing on this person or that's going to happen in this relationship. But let's get a couple more. Let's get one more of these. We have another deck we're going to get to as well. But yeah, you're waiting. You're not rushing into everything that we've talked about. I mean, you can get started, those of you that feel the need. And I love how the colors in these two cards really line up. But then we also have here, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. I love that. But yeah, I think that's just going back to those of you that don't feel as close to this person, if it's possible, to set that date, to get together, to hang out. Yeah, I love the colors in that one as well. All right, let's get some additional guidance, words of wisdom and advice in this relationship that Group 3 is inquiring about today. Oh, this came out in, I want to say Group 1. And it's very interesting. The words pleasure and sexuality really do go hand in hand here. I'm going to read it in a second. But yeah, this is about doing the things that bring you pleasure so you can feel that confidence within yourself to no longer feel like a victim in this connection. But let's read it. It says, I give myself permission to feel pleasure, and I let that pleasure rush into my life in a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. And I'm going to finish reading, but I just want to say, that feels like the opposite of victim consciousness, where you might deny yourselves for things that make you feel good because you feel you don't deserve it. So this is the exact opposite of the victim consciousness. So this is letting you know through the evolution of this reading here, that you're feeling more in your power and bringing more joy and pleasure into your life, whatever that looks like for you. Then I realized that pleasure has been waiting at my door for a long time. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noises aren't super pleasant. Super funny. But yeah, some of you might have been denying pleasure even through this relationship because you don't feel worthy of this person, or you've been sabotaging this relationship in some way. Especially though too, if it's a relationship you're having with yourself, we all self-sabotage in some way or another. It's just human nature, so don't feel bad about it. But we also have listening. I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, professional-grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. Armed with this knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or if I prefer, to dominate the planet. But to me, this feels like such an empath card, so I'm pretty sure you guys already are very empathic people, or you consider yourself an empath or a highly sensitive person, and a lot of times you might listen to so many other people's baggage, wounds, and words that it becomes your own, and you take that on to try to heal it, but really you're not healing it, you're just making it part of your persona. So those of you that do identify that way, maybe examine some of this victim consciousness. It might not even be yours. It might have been something you picked up along the way, specifically from the person you're inquiring about. You picked up their victim consciousness and made it your own. But listening to this person, whatever they have to say, and then also listening to yourself, but also listening to them and having them listen to you. Of course, we can't force someone to listen to us, but, just setting the stage to get together so you can have a rapport, a back and a forth, and being more in your receptive, more divine feminine energy of waiting. That's a more feminine energy of just waiting and allowing the energy to flow. So even if you identify as anything other than female, you're in your feminine, more receptive, receiving, getting energy rather than putting out, taking action, bulldozing, being very aggressive. This is very passive energy you're bringing to the table. You can still set dates and, make plans and take little actions here and there, but it would be best to kind of tread lightly with this person, especially at first, because your over-dominance or more overly masculine approach to coming at them, bro, might scare them off for some of you. For others of you, that might be perfectly okay, but for the most part, the advice is to be more in the receptive flow state type of energy. So that is your message group number 3. I hope it resonated. But even if it didn't, feel free to let me know below, you guys, how you felt about this reading, any thoughts you have, any stories you want to share. I always love to hear from you guys. And comments are like algorithm gold, so I appreciate every little nugget of conversation that you guys start in the comments. It means the world to me. And thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and your donations and super thanks. Those of you who have been sending the donations and the super thanks, I cannot thank you enough. I really do appreciate that energy exchange you give for the reading that I've gifted you here today. So thank you so much for that. And I really hope to see you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot. All right, you guys. Bye.